An Oslo court has found Anders Behring Breivik guilty of acts of terror and sentenced him to 21 years in prison.
The conclusion of the judgment will now be read out aloud. I ask all to rise. Here we go. This is a unanimous judgment, and it has the following conclusion. Anders Behring Breivik, born 13 February 1979, is sentenced for violation of the Penal Code Section 147A, first subsection letters A and B, see Section 148, first subsection, first punishment alternative, and Section 233, first and second subsections of the Penal Code, and Section 233, first and second subsections, see Section 49 of the Penal Code, and the Penal Code Section 147A, first subsection letter B, see Sections 233, first and second subsections, and Section 233 A and B, see Section 49, all seen in conjunction with Section 62 of the Penal Code to preventive detention pursuant to the Penal Code Section 39, C number 1, for a term of 21 years and a minimum period of 10 years, see the Penal Code Section 39E, first and second subsections. From the said term and the said minimum period, a deduction of 445 days shall be made for time spent in custody. You may be seated.
Norwegian mass killer Anders Behring Breivik has been sentenced to 21 years in prison after being found guilty of the murders of 77 people. A court in Oslo ruled that the 33-year-old was sane when he carried out last July's bomb attack on the capital Oslo and mass shooting at a youth camp on Utøya Island. Breivik will serve at least 10 years in prison. Analysts said before the verdict it was unlikely that he would ever be freed.
It was the worst atrocity to be carried out on Norwegian soil since World War II. His guilt was never in doubt. He admitted the killings. What was in doubt until this morning was his sanity. Well, a little earlier, a panel of 5 judges unanimously declared that he was sane when he carried out those attacks and handed down the maximum sentence in Norway of 21 years. Due to the legal system here, that could be extended as long as he is considered to be a danger to society.
It was buried in a load of legal speak. Neither of the judges actually said the words sane or insane, but as soon as that sentence of 21 years came through, we knew, because that is the maximum sentence for somebody who is criminally responsible for an act such as this. And it's important, though, to say that although Breivik appears to have got what he wanted, most people here in Norway also wanted the same result. This was not an adversarial kind of trial. Many people here in Norway also wanted Breivik to be declared sane. The reason why is because he won't be treated somehow specially as a psychiatric patient rather than as a prison inmate. He will serve his time in a prison cell as opposed to a specially built psychiatric unit. And the other thing is, it puts a context that Norwegian people feel far more comfortable about, that this wasn't just the act of a single madman. It was a politically motivated act. And survivors that I've spoken to in the brief break that we had, because proceedings are actually still continuing behind me, the survivors are happy themselves with the verdict, as well as Breivik being happy with the verdict.